On the top row, we have a set of 4 LFOs to use as modulation sources, with controls for the rate, bias, warp, and depth. Like the playheads and envelopes, the LFO being controlled is indicated by the encoder LEDs, and the desired LFO is selected by pressing down an encoder. When an LFO is being controlled, we can see and adjust the type of waveform, whether it is note-triggered or free-running, and a phase adjustment. If we flip the toggle, we have macros A through D, which are assignable knobs for controlling multiple functions together. Now that we have introduced the envelopes, LFOs, and macros, it is a good time to cover our favorite and what we think is the most unique and exciting feature. Any of the parameters can be easily set up as a modulation destination just by holding down its encoder. So for example, on the lower left when the row LED is off, we can control the cutoff and resonance of 2 filters per voice. When I hold down the filter 1 cutoff, we enter a special patch connection mode where the LED of the destination parameter and the LEDs of the modulation sources, the LFOs, envelopes, and macros, light up. Pressing the encoder of a modulation source establishes a full-strength connection to the destination. We can see the connection is established when the LEDs of the source and destination pulse together, and also via the circular patch point on the screen. Twisting the modulation source's encoder changes the connection strength and also allows us to set an inverted connection. We also see an indication of the connection with the gray arc showing the modulation range on the destination parameter. Tapping a modulation source on the touchscreen also makes or disconnects a full-strength connection. Here you can see additional modulation sources like the control signal inputs and MIDI information such as key number, velocity, pitch bend, modulation wheel, or aftertouch. After establishing a connection to one of these modulation sources, the auxiliary adjustment encoder to the upper left of the screen becomes available for setting the connection strength or inverting the connection. There are no limitations on the number of modulation sources that can be connected to a destination, or on the number of destinations per modulation source. Essentially, every parameter is a modulation destination. If you want to modulate an auxiliary parameter, for example, the grain bandwidth, activate the auxiliary adjustment encoder and hold it down to enter modulation mode. It becomes a modulation destination, just like any of the other parameters.